The phone call came at 3 a.m. Lagos time, which was either the hour of bad news or drunk dialing exes. Vivian Okafor was hoping for the latter. Is this Miss Vivian Okafor? The voice was female, Korean accented, and far too formal for 3 a.m. Depends on who's asking and whether I owe them money. Vivian sat up in bed, already knowing this wasn't going to be good. I'm calling from Seoul Metropolitan Police. I'm afraid there's been an incident involving your sister, Adana Park. The world tilted sideways. What kind of incident? Vivian's voice came out steadier than she felt. I'm very sorry to inform you that your sister passed away last night. The preliminary investigation suggests suicide. She fell from her penthouse apartment. Vivian's laugh was sharp, bitter. You've got the wrong sister. Adana wouldn't kill herself. She's terrified of heights. She doesn't even stand near balcony railings. Silence on the other end. Miss Okafor, I understand this is difficult. No, you don't understand. My sister was, Vivian's voice cracked. When did this happen? Around 11 p.m. Korean Standard Time. Your brother-in-law, Mr. Park Min-jae, called emergency services. Brother-in-law. The man Adana had married in a whirlwind romance 2 years ago. The man their mother had warned against. He's too smooth, Adana. Like butter that's been left out too long, something's off. But Adana had been in love. After the call ended, Vivian sat in the dark of her studio apartment, surrounded by law textbooks and instant noodle cups. She should cry. That's what people did when their sister died. Instead, there was just this cold, hard knot of certainty in her gut. Adana didn't jump. Her phone buzzed. An email. From Adana. Sent yesterday at 10:47 p.m. Korea Standard Time, 13 minutes before she died. Vivian's hands shook as she opened it. Vivi, if you're reading this, something's happened to me. I'm not being dramatic, I know how you hate that. I've discovered things about Min-jae. Terrible things. He's trafficking people, Vivi. Girls from Southeast Asia. Promised good jobs, then. God, I can't even write it. I've been collecting evidence for 3 weeks. It's all in a safety deposit box at Seoul National Bank, Gangnam Branch. Box 2847. The key is taped under my nightstand drawer. I'm going to the police tomorrow morning. But I'm scared. He's been watching me differently. If anything happens to me, do not trust the police report. Min-jae has connections everywhere. I love you. Tell Mama I'm sorry I didn't listen about the butter man. Your sister always, Ada. Attached was an audio file. Vivian's hand hovered over the play button. Then she pressed it. Adana's voice filled her apartment. Can't keep doing this, Min-jae. Those girls are human beings, not cargo. A male voice, smooth as poisoned honey. Lower your voice, Adana. You don't know what you're talking about. I saw the manifests. Textiles don't scream when containers are loaded. You've been snooping. That was unwise. I'm going to the police. A sound like a hand slamming on a table. You'll do no such thing. You're my wife. You'll keep your mouth shut, or what? You'll kill me. Long, terrible silence. Then Min-jae's voice, soft as a threat, you should be more careful on that balcony, darling. 25 floors is a long way down. The recording ended. Vivian played it again. Then again. Memorizing every inflection, every pause. She fell from her penthouse apartment. No. She was pushed. 17 hours later, Vivian stumbled off the plane at Incheon International Airport looking like death warmed over. Natural hair in a messy bun, eyes red from crying and airline air, wearing the first clothes she'd grabbed, an oversized Fila Kuti t-shirt and jeans. Seoul hit her like a fever dream. Everything was too clean, too organized, signs in Hangul she couldn't read, and the June humidity wrapping around her like wet towels. Miss Okafor. A man in a black suit held a sign with her name. He was young, maybe late 20s, with the kind of face that belonged in a K-drama, all sharp jawlines and careful grooming. But his eyes were watchful. Wrong. That's me, Vivian said warily. I'm Lee Hyun-woo, Mr. Park's associate. He asked me to collect you. Collect? Like she was luggage. I can manage on my own. Mr. Park insists. He says family should be together during difficult times. Hyun-woo's smile was professional, practiced, and utterly dead behind the eyes. The Mercedes was black because of course it was. Vivian watched Seoul blur past tinted windows. Massive, modern, nothing like Lagos's chaotic energy. Everything here seemed controlled. Like Minute J. I'm sorry for your loss, Hyun-woo said. Mrs. Park was kind. There was something in his tone. Regret. Guilt. Did you see her that night? His jaw tightened. I was downstairs. I heard her scream, and then, he stopped. I was one of the first to respond. What did you see? Mr. Park on the balcony, screaming her name. He was devastated. I'm sure he was a regular Shakespearean tragedy. Hyun-woo's eyes flicked to the rearview mirror, meeting hers. Something cracked in his professional facade. But then it was gone. The penthouse was in Gangnam. Of course it was. Minute J waited in the lobby. He was handsome, disgustingly so. Tall, perfectly tailored black suit, grief artfully arranged on his face like a Vogue editorial. But Vivian had heard that recording. She knew what lived behind the mask. Vivian. He approached with open arms. She stepped back. Mr. Park. His arms dropped. Please, call me Minute J. We're family. No, we're not. A flicker of annoyance crossed his face, then the grief mask returned. I understand you're upset. Adana was the light of my life. Funny. Last time she talked about you, she called you a monster. Hyun-woo coughed. Minute J's eyes went flat. Grief affects people differently, he said smoothly. Why don't we go upstairs? You must be exhausted. The elevator ride to the 25th floor was silent. Vivian counted each number like a countdown to execution. 22, 23, 24, 25. This was where her sister had died. The penthouse was obscenely beautiful, floor-to-ceiling windows, modern furniture that probably cost more than her education, art she recognized from textbooks. And the balcony. The goddamn balcony. I've had your things brought to the guest room, Minute J said. First door on the left. I need to see where it happened. I don't think. I need to see where my sister died. She used his first name like a knife. His jaw clenched. Very well. He opened the balcony doors. The Seoul skyline glittered. Beautiful. A murder scene. Vivian walked to the glass railing, made herself look down. 25 floors. The ground seemed impossibly far. She was standing right here, Minute J said quietly. I came out to bring her a drink. She was upset, talking about missing home. I turned around for 1 second, and when I looked back, his voice broke. Academy Award worthy. She went over. That's, what, 15 feet between here and the table? And in 5 seconds, she just jumped. I know how it sounds. It sounds like bullshit. Minute J's mask slipped. Just for a second, Vivian saw the man from the recording. Cold. Dangerous. Then he smiled sadly. You're grieving. But Vivian, your sister was troubled. Unstable. She was making wild accusations about my business. Thought I was involved in criminal activities. She needed help. Convenient that she died before getting it. What do you mean by that? Nothing. I'm just tired. She walked past him into the guest room and locked the door. Then she pulled out her laptop and searched. Private investigators, Seoul, Korea, English speaking. The top result was Detective Kang Sejin. Reviews called her tenacious, brilliant, and scary as hell. Perfect. Vivian composed an email. Detective Kang. My sister was murdered. The police think it was suicide. I have evidence that proves otherwise. I also have limited time, limited money, and I'm currently living in her killer's penthouse. I need your help. Vivian Okafor. She attached the audio file and hit send. Then she wedged a chair under the door handle and finally let herself cry. Her phone buzzed. A reply, already. Miss Okafor. I don't usually take cases from people who email me at 2 a.m. But I listened to your recording. Meet me tomorrow, 10 a.m. Hongdae Station, exit 9. Come alone. And Miss Okafor. Sleep with your door locked and a chair under the handle. 25 floors is a long way down. Detective Kang. Vivian stared at her locked door, at the chair already wedged beneath the handle. Great minds think alike. Or desperate ones do. Adana Park Nae Okafor had always believed that love could redeem anyone. She was currently hiding in her bathroom, recording her husband discussing human trafficking like quarterly earnings, and realizing that some people were beyond redemption. Her hands shook as she held her phone under running water to mask any sound. Through the crack in the door, she could see Minute-jae at his desk, speaking Korean into his phone. She'd learned enough Korean over 2 years to understand the words that mattered. Seongjae, prostitution, Beobjo, crime, Kyobian, disposal. That last word made her stomach turn. Yes, the shipment arrives Tuesday, Minute-jae said in Korean, then switched to English. The girls from Manila. 15 total. 12 go to the clubs. 3 to private buyers. The usual age range. The client in Busan specifically requested no one over 22. Adana's finger slipped on the phone. She caught it, heart hammering. What about the problem from last month? Handled. The girls who tried to escape won't try again. Their bodies were weighted properly this time. Their bodies. Adana had suspected for weeks, found discrepancies in shipping manifests, overheard phone calls, each one worse than the last. But bodies. He'd killed them. She'd married a monster. The recording app showed 8 minutes. Enough. More than enough. She stopped recording, uploaded it to cloud storage, and sent it to Vivian with delayed delivery. If anything happened tonight, Vivian would get it tomorrow morning. She flushed for cover, washed her hands, took 3 deep breaths at her reflection. When had the sparkle gone out of her eyes? She opened the bathroom door. Minute-jae was standing right there. Adana gasped. Jesus! You scared me. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Sorry, darling. Couldn't sleep. Just bathroom stuff. She tried to smile back. You know how it is. His eyes traveled over her face, searching. You look pale. Just tired. You should rest. He reached out, touched her cheek. Adana forced herself not to flinch. His hand was cold. It was always cold. How had she never noticed? Are you coming to bed? Soon. I have emails to send. He leaned in, kissed her forehead. His lips lingered too long. Sweet dreams, Ada. He never called her Ada. That was Vivian's nickname, her family's name. Adana got into bed, closed her eyes. She heard Minute-jae moving around, the sound of drawers opening. Her nightstand drawer. Her eyes flew open. He was at her nightstand, rifling through contents. What are you doing? Looking for my phone charger. Thought I left it here. He closed the drawer, looked at her. Go back to sleep. But his charger was right there on his nightstand, plugged in. He was checking for hidden items. Adana closed her eyes, counted to 100, forced her breathing to stay even. Finally, she heard him leave. She lay in the dark, in the bed she'd shared with this man for 2 years, and wondered how she'd been so blind. The moment Minute-jae left for his office, Adana was in motion. She pulled out the nightstand drawer completely, felt underneath. The key was still there, taped exactly where she'd left it. Thank God. She dressed quickly, jeans, t-shirt, baseball cap, sunglasses. Probably overkill, but paranoia kept people alive. Her phone buzzed. Minute-jae, forgot to ask, did you take my flash drive from the office? The blue one. Her blood ran cold. There was no blue flash drive. He was testing her. No, haven't seen it. Check your car. She replied. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared. Finally, good idea. Love you. Adana stared at that love you. Had he ever really meant it? She grabbed her bag and headed for the door. Mrs. Park. Adana jumped. Hyun-woo stood in the hallway. Jesus, Hyun-woo. Sorry. Mr. Park asked me to stay with you today. He's concerned about your health. He's having me watched. That's sweet, but unnecessary. I'll drive you. I prefer the subway. Hyun-woo's face did something complicated. Mrs. Park. Adana. I really think I should come with you. There was something in his voice. A warning. Why? Why do you really think you should come? He glanced at the security camera, then back at her. Because when Mr. Park asks for something, it's not really a request. They stared at each other. Hyun-woo had always been kind, helped her learn Korean, brought her Nigerian groceries when she was homesick. Hyun-woo, she said quietly, if you had a sister in trouble, what would you do? His jaw tightened. I'd protect her. Even against someone powerful. A pause. Especially then. Adana made a decision. I'm going to Seoul National Bank. I need to access my safety deposit box, then the police station. If you're going to stop me, do it now. But know that if anything happens to me, if I accidentally fall or disappear, evidence will be sent to the police. Evidence about your boss. About all of it. Hyun-woo went pale. You know. I know. How much? Enough. The trafficking. The murders. Everything. He closed his eyes. Fuck. Yeah. If he finds out you know. He already suspects. That's why you're here. Hyun-woo opened his eyes. I have a younger sister. She's 20. Same age as some of those girls. I keep telling myself I'm just doing a job, that I'm not involved in that part. But I know. And I do nothing. That makes me complicit. Yes, Adana said. It does. If I help you, he'll kill me. If you don't, you'll have to live with yourself. Hyun-woo laughed bitterly. I don't think I can do that anymore. He pulled out his phone, typed, showed her, following Mrs. Park. Shopping in Myeongdong. All normal. You have 3 hours, he said. That's how long I can cover for you. Adana threw her arms around him. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. And Adana. When this is over, if we survive, I'm turning myself in too. You're a good man, Hyun-woo. No, he said quietly. But maybe I can become one. Seoul National Bank was all marble and security cameras. Adana had opened box 2847 6 months ago, when she'd first started suspecting something was wrong. She'd kept adding to it anyway. Bank statements. Screenshots. Phone recordings. A paper trail to hell. Box 2847, she told the employee, showing ID and key. Alone in the viewing room, Adana opened the metal box. 2 years of evidence. 2 years of slowly realizing the man she loved was a monster. She photographed everything, uploaded to 3 separate cloud accounts. Then she tucked the originals into an envelope, addressed it to Seoul Central Police, Organized Crime Division. Her phone buzzed. Hyun-woo, you've been gone 2 hours. Need to head back soon. Just finishing, she lied. The post office was 3 blocks away. Adana walked quickly, head down. She was almost there when she saw him. Minute J. Standing on the corner, on his phone, back to her. Adana ducked into a cafe, pressing against the wall. Through the window, she watched him turn, scan the street. He was looking for her. Her phone rang. Minute J. Where are you? Pleasant. Casual. Terrifying. At home. Why? Really? Because Hyun-woo said you went shopping. Shit. I did. I'm at a cafe. Taking a break. Which cafe? Just a small place. Long, terrible silence. Adana, darling, I'm going to ask you something. Have you been going through my office? My computer? No. Why would I? Because someone has. Someone accessed files they shouldn't have. Took photos of confidential documents. Minute J, I don't know what you're talking about. Come home. Now. We'll discuss this like adults. If you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. Everything screamed danger. Okay. I'm on my way. She hung up. Looked out the window. Minute J was gone. But across the street, two men in dark suits, scanning the crowd. His men. Hunting her. Adana texted Hyun Woo, he knows. He's looking for me. What do I do? Don't go home. Go to police. Now. What about you? Don't worry about me. Just run. Adana looked at the envelope. The post office was too far. She'd never make it. She grabbed a napkin, wrote in shaky handwriting. Safety Deposit Box 2847, Seoul National Bank Gangnam. Key under nightstand drawer. Park Penthouse. He's going to kill me. Don't let him get away with it. Adana Park. She folded it, tucked it into her bra, and ran out the back exit. Adana made it to the police station. Barely. She'd lost his men in the subway, switching trains 3 times, doubling back. I need to report a crime, she told the desk officer. Human trafficking. My husband, Park Minute J, his. The officer's expression changed. Park Minute J. The shipping magnate. Yes, but he's using the company to traffic people. I have evidence. That's a serious accusation. I have proof. Documents, recordings. Mrs. Park. A new voice. An older officer with captain's insignia and a kind, grandfather face. I'm Captain Han. Come to my office. We'll discuss this properly. Relief flooded through her. Captain Han listened patiently as Adana showed him everything, played the recordings, explained it all. When she finished, he sighed. This is very serious. I know. That's why I came. These accusations would need to involve federal authorities. But I need to verify first. He stood. Stay here. I'm bringing in a detective who specializes in these cases. He left with the envelope. Adana sat alone, adrenaline draining away. She'd done it. Minute J would be arrested. Justice would. The door opened. Captain Han. Minute J. Adana shot to her feet, backing against the wall. What? How? Captain Han called me, Minute J said pleasantly, closing the door. We play golf together. He thought I should know my wife was here, making wild accusations. No. No. No, no. You see, darling, I told you I had connections. Half the Seoul police are on my payroll. Stay away from me. Or what? Scream. Captain Han has already told everyone you're mentally unstable. Off your medication. That you need to go home with your husband. The evidence is being destroyed as we speak. He walked toward her. Your word against mine. And I'm a respected businessman while you're a hysterical foreign wife. Someone will believe me. Who? Your sister. She's a broke law student who can't do a damn thing. He was close now. You should have minded your own business. Should have just been a good wife. What are you going to do? He smiled. We're going home. We're going to a charity gala. You'll smile and pretend everything is perfect. And then, he leaned close, whispered, we'll discuss your future. Or lack thereof. Adana tried to run. His hand clamped around her wrist like a vice. Don't make a scene, he said quietly. Captain Han will sedate you. Medical emergency. Very concerning. Please. You should have thought about that before you tried to destroy me. He pulled her toward the door. Come along, darling. We have a gala to attend. The charity gala was a nightmare in couture. Adana smiled. Laughed. Pretended to sip champagne while Minute J's hand pressed hard enough to bruise. Isn't she beautiful? Minute J said to business associates. My Ada. The light of my life. She wanted to scream. But Minute J had made it clear. One word, and Vivian would pay. I have friends watching your sister's apartment, he'd whispered in the car. One phone call, and she becomes a tragic robbery victim. So Adana smiled and played her part and waited for the end. They left at 11 p.m. The ride home was silent. Hyun-woo drove, meeting her eyes in the mirror once. His expression was anguished. The penthouse was dark. Minute J dismissed Hyun-woo. "We won't need you tonight." They were alone. "Would you like a drink?" Minute J poured 2 glasses of whiskey, drank both. "You know what your problem is, Adana? You're too empathetic. You can't understand that some people are just expendable. Those girls aren't expendable. They're commodities." He set down the glass with a sharp click. "And you were supposed to be my partner. Instead, you became a liability." Adana backed toward the bedroom. "Someone will figure it out. Everyone will believe you killed yourself. Depression. Adjustment disorder. A foreign woman struggling to adapt. So tragic. I might even start a foundation in your name." They were on the balcony now. Adana didn't remember walking outside, but suddenly the railing was at her back and the city lights were spinning below. "Minute J, please. You should have minded your own business." He stepped closer. "I actually liked you, Adana. This is disappointing. If you kill me, Vivian will know. Vivian is a child playing detective. She's nothing." "You're wrong. Vivian is brilliant and stubborn and she never gives up. When she figures out what you did, when, not if, she's going to destroy you." Minute J's eyes flashed. Bold words for someone about to die. "I sent her everything. Every recording, every document. You can kill me, but the truth is out there. Then I'll kill her too. You can try." For just a moment, Minute J looked uncertain. Adana lunged for the door. She almost made it. Minute J grabbed her, spun her around. They struggled. Adana screamed. His hand clamped over her mouth. "Soundproofed. I had it installed. For privacy." They were at the railing. Adana grabbed it, held on with everything she had. "Let go," Minute J said. "No. Let go. Fuck you." He pried her fingers loose one by one. "This didn't have to happen," he said, almost sadly. "Why did you have to ruin everything?" "Because you're evil. And someone had to stop you. That someone won't be you." He pushed. For one terrible, weightless moment, Adana was falling. Her last thought was of Vivian. "I'm sorry. Please, Vivi. Make him pay." Then nothing. Minute J stood at the railing, looking down at where his wife had landed. Then he pulled out his phone and called emergency services. "Help," he screamed. "My wife, she jumped. Please, someone help." Real tears. He'd always been good at crying on command. Korean funerals lasted 3 days and involved a lot of bowing. Vivian was terrible at both patience and bowing. The funeral hall was traditional Hanok style in Gangnam, because even in death, Minute J insisted on appearances. Adana's body lay in a closed casket. She fell 25 floors. You don't want to see what's left. Vivian sat in the mourner's chair wearing a convenient store black dress, accepting condolences from strangers. She was such a beautiful soul, a woman in expensive pearls said. "Did you know her?" Vivian asked. "Well, no, but..." "Then how do you know she was a beautiful soul?" The woman hurried away. Yoonji approached with terrible instant coffee. She was petite, stylish, burgundy hair, the kind of presence that took no shit from anyone. "You're supposed to accept condolences graciously," Yoonji said. "Fuck tradition." Vivian immediately felt bad. "Sorry. I know she was your friend too." Yoonji's eyes were actually red from real crying. "Adana talked about you constantly. Said you were the smart one. The one who always knew when something was wrong. Did she seem suicidal to you?" Yoonji leaned closer. "The police asked the same thing. I told them the truth. Adana was stressed, scared even, but not depressed. Not suicidal." She lowered her voice. She was terrified of heights. Wouldn't go near the balcony railing. "I was at that penthouse dozens of times." "Did you tell the police?" "Yes. They said fear made it more likely. Some psychological thing." Yoonji's jaw clenched. But I knew her. She wouldn't. A hush fell over the hall. Minute J had arrived. He moved through the crowd like wounded royalty, accepting sympathetic touches. When he reached the casket, he placed one hand on the wood, bowed his head, and his shoulders shook with silent sobs. Everyone whispered about how devastated he was. Vivian wanted to vomit. "That's quite a performance," she muttered. Yoonji made a noise of agreement. "He's good. I'll give him that." Minute J turned, scanned the room, found Vivian. He smiled, sad, gentle, and headed toward her. "Here we go," Vivian muttered. "Vivian." Minute J took both her hands. His palms were dry and cool. "How are you holding up?" "About as well as expected when my sister mysteriously dies." 55. His smile tightened. "There's nothing mysterious about it." "Isn't there? Because I have questions." "This isn't the time." "When is the time? You keep saying we'll talk, but we never do." Yoonji stood. "I'm getting more coffee." "No, stay," Vivian said. "No, go," Minute J said sharply. Yoonji looked between them, then at Vivian. "Text me later. We should talk." After she left, Minute J Saturday. "You're making people uncomfortable." "Good. I'm uncomfortable. My sister is dead." "I miss her too." "Do you? Because you're working the room like it's a networking event." His mask slipped, a flash of cold anger. Then back in place. "Grief affects people differently." "I'm stating facts. My sister didn't jump. She was pushed." Nearby mourners turned to stare. "Lower your voice," Minute J said quietly. "You're making a scene." "I don't care." "You should. You're a guest in this country. You have no power here, no connections. You're completely alone." It was the threat beneath the words that did it. Vivian leaned closer. "I'm not as alone as you think. And I'm definitely not as stupid as Adana was about you." "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means I know what you are. And I'm going to prove it." Minute J studied her, then laughed softly. "You sound like your sister. She had grand ideas about exposing me too. Look how that turned out." The casual admission, the mockery, was too much. Vivian stood abruptly. "I need air." "Running away." "No. I'm choosing not to commit murder at my sister's funeral. You should try making better choices too." She walked out before he could respond. Outside, she leaned against the building, trying not to scream. Her phone buzzed. "Detective Kang. Asterisk still want to meet tomorrow. Hongdae Station. 10 a.m. Don't be late. And bring cash, I don't work for free. Asterisk." The funeral reception was at an upscale restaurant. More bowing, more fake mourning. Hyun Woo sat across from Vivian. "You shouldn't have confronted him like that." "Are you threatening me?" "I'm warning you. Minute J doesn't like being challenged. Especially publicly." "Are you saying he killed her?" Hyun Woo's jaw clenched. "I'm saying you should go home to Lagos. Tonight. Before things get worse." "Things can't get worse. My sister is dead." "They can always get worse." He leaned forward. "Listen. Minute J has connections everywhere. Police, politicians, judges. He's untouchable." "No one's untouchable." "In Seoul, he is." Hyun Woo stood. "I liked Adana. She was kind. I don't want to see her sister die too." "Then help me prove he killed her." For a moment, he wavered. Then, "I can't." "Can't or won't?" "Does it matter?" He walked away. Vivian's phone buzzed. Unknown number. "You asked Yoonji too many questions." Made Minute J suspicious. "Be careful. A friend." She looked around, trying to figure out who sent it. Another text. "Don't try to find me." Adana was collecting evidence. She hid it in the penthouse. "Find it before he does." "Who is this?" No response. Vivian needed to get back to the penthouse. "Find that key. Get to the safety deposit box." But first, she had to survive dinner. The penthouse was quiet when they returned. Minute J had spent the car ride on business calls that couldn't wait. Vivian headed for the guest room. Vivian. A word. She turned. He stood loosening his tie. I understand you're upset. But the accusations you made today were inappropriate. Truth often is. It wasn't truth. It was grief talking. I'll forgive it this once. But I won't tolerate more outbursts. You won't tolerate, Vivian laughed. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're living under my roof. My rules. Then I'll find a hotel. With what money? You have maybe $300. That won't last long in Seoul. The casual invasion of privacy. You looked into my finances. I look into everyone who enters my life. It's called being thorough. He poured himself a drink. You can stay or leave. But if you stay, you'll show respect. No more accusations. Just quiet mourning, then you go home. Understood. Vivian needed access to this penthouse. To Adana's room. To that nightstand. Fine. Quiet mourning. Good. I'm glad we understand each other. She went to her room, locked the door, wedged the chair under the handle. Then she waited. Midnight passed. She heard Minute J moving around, finally his bedroom door closing. 1 a.m. Vivian gave it another 30 minutes, then carefully opened her door. The penthouse was dark except for city lights. She crept toward the master bedroom. Locked. Vivian pulled out a bobby pin. Thank God for sketchy dorm locks teaching her bad habits. The lock clicked. She was in. Adana's room looked untouched. Perfume bottles, clothes in the closet, a book with a bookmark halfway through. Vivian's throat tightened. This was her sister's last refuge. Focus. The nightstand. She pulled open the drawer, pads, tampons, painkillers, a romance novel. She pulled the drawer all the way out, felt underneath. Nothing. No key. Panic rose. She felt again. Every inch. Nothing. Maybe the other nightstand. She went around the bed, opened Minute J's. No key. Had he already found it? Looking for something. Vivian spun. Minute J stood in the doorway, shirtless, tattoos visible. Hungle across his ribs, a dragon on his shoulder. I wanted to feel close to her, Vivian said quickly. Breaking into a locked room. He stepped inside, closing the door. What are you really looking for? Nothing. Don't lie. Your sister was terrible at lying too. I always knew when she was hiding something. He moved closer. Vivian stood, putting the bed between them. Did you know she went to the police the day before she died? Made wild accusations about me. No. Liar. He smiled. She told them I was trafficking people. Can you imagine? My own wife, trying to destroy me. Maybe she was telling the truth. There is no truth. Only what people believe. And everyone believes I'm a legitimate businessman who lost his wife to mental illness. He tilted his head. What do you think they'll believe about you? The unstable sister who tragically followed her off the balcony. You're threatening me. I'm educating you. Go home. Forget about me. It's the only way you survive. And if I don't? Then I'll make sure you're reunited with Adana. 25 floors is quick. Vivian grabbed the lamp. Stay back. Minute J laughed. Then what? Fight your way past security. Through a city where you don't speak the language. He was right. I have copies of everything, Vivian bluffed. All Adana's evidence. If anything happens to me, it goes to the police. To the media. To Interpol. His expression shifted. Calculating. Bullshit. Try me. They stared at each other. Finally, Minute J stepped back. Get out of this room. She moved toward the door. Vivian, he called. Whatever you think you know, it won't be enough. I'm too powerful. You can't touch me. We'll see. Back in her room, she collapsed on the bed, shaking. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Told you to be careful. Stop searching. Meet me tomorrow, 2 p.m. Cafe, in Hongdae. I have information. Who are you? Someone who wants to see him pay. Someone who failed Adana. The message ended with a photo. Hyun Woo, head bowed, outside the funeral hall. So her texter was Hyun Woo. Or someone watching him. She was meeting them tomorrow. Right after Detective Kang. Vivian left the penthouse while Minute J showered, practically running to the elevator. Hongdae Station was chaos. Exit 9. She waited, checking her phone obsessively. 9:50, nothing. 9:55, still nothing. 10 o'clock. You Vivian. A woman in ripped jeans, leather jacket, and dark sunglasses. Short hair, almost masculine. Coffee in one hand, cigarette in the other. Detective Kang. Follow me. She led Vivian through alleys to a rundown coffee shop. Inside, blissfully cool and empty, Kang claimed a corner booth, lit another cigarette despite the no-smoking sign. So, your sister was murdered by Park Minute J, and you want me to prove it? Yes. And you're currently living in his penthouse? Not anymore. Finding a hotel today. Smart. Less smart was confronting him at the funeral. Vivian blinked. How? I did research. Talked to people. You made quite an impression. Kang blew smoke toward the ceiling. You're either brave or stupid. Can't I be both? Kang's lips almost smiled. Maybe. Let's see your evidence. Vivian opened her laptop, played the recording, showed the documents. Kang listened twice, examined everything, made notes. This is good, she said finally. But not enough. What do you mean, not enough? You heard him threaten her. I heard him say she should be careful. A lawyer could argue concern, not threat. These documents show irregularities, maybe. But proving trafficking, that requires more. Adana had more. In a safety deposit box. Do you have the key? No. Minute J probably found it. Then that evidence is lost. Vivian bristled. You think my sister was lying? I think she was scared and might have exaggerated. Or she had evidence and Minute J destroyed it. Either way, what you have won't hold up. So what do I do? Go home. Accept that some people get away with murder. That's it. That's realistic. Kang crushed out her cigarette. Park Minute J is powerful, connected, careful. You're foreign, broke, with no legal standing. This isn't a drama where plucky determination wins. So you won't help. I didn't say that. Kang leaned back. My fee is 2 million won upfront. About $1,700 USD. Then another million if we find evidence. If we build a case, big if, another 5 million. Vivian did the math. I don't have that. Then we have a problem. What if I could get it? Would you help? Kang studied her. Your sister sent me something. 3 months ago. What? An anonymous email. IP traced to Minute J's building. It said, if anything happens to me, investigate Park Minute J. I have evidence. Then nothing. No follow-up. I tried to contact her. Then I saw the news about her death. Why didn't you investigate? I did. Informally. Hit brick walls everywhere. Police report sealed. Sources wouldn't touch it. Kang's jaw clenched. I don't like unsolved cases. Especially dead women and powerful men. So help me solve it. With what money? What if I could get you into his penthouse? Access to his files? Would that be worth something? That's breaking and entering. Illegal search. Inadmissible. But it could point us to legal evidence, right? Kang considered. Maybe. Risky though. I still have a key. He doesn't know I'm not coming back. If he catches you. He won't. Teach me how not to get caught. Long silence. You're persistent. My sister is dead. Persistence is all I have. Another silence. Okay. Deal. You get me into that penthouse when Minute J's gone for at least 3 hours. I'll search. If I find anything useful, that's worth 1,000,001. You'll still owe me another million, but I'll take payments. Vivian stuck out her hand. Deal. Kang shook it. Strong grip. Don't make me regret this. And Vivian. If this goes south, I was never there. You broke in alone. Understood. They spent the next hour planning. Kang was thorough, asking questions, poking holes, making Vivian think like an investigator. By the end, Vivian had new respect for her. One more thing, Kang said. Your mystery texter. The one wanting to meet at Cafe Comma. How do you know? Your phone was face up. I can read upside down. Kang's expression turned serious. Be careful. Could be a trap. Or someone who wants to help. In my experience, anonymous communicators want something. Figure out what before you trust them. They exchanged numbers, agreed to meet once Vivian confirmed Minute J's schedule. Vivian checked her watch. 12:30. 90 minutes until Cafe Comma. Time to find out if Hyun Woo was friend or foe. Cafe Comma was 3 floors of mismatched furniture and indie music. Vivian climbed to the 3rd floor, empty except for one barista. We're closing this floor for a private event. I'm meeting someone. Corner table. Hyun Woo sat with his back to the wall. Dark circles, wrinkled shirt, 3 days of stubble. You look like shit, Vivian said. You look like someone who broke into her dead sister's bedroom and nearly got killed. How? I'm monitoring the security feeds. He pushed coffee toward her. Americano. Your sister said you liked them strong. The mention of Adana hit hard. Why am I here? Because I owe your sister an apology. Since I can't give it to her, you'll have to do. I don't want apologies. I want information. I'll give you both. He set his phone on the table. But first, show me you're not recording. Vivian complied, emptying her pockets and bag. Hyun Woo examined everything, nodded. What do you want to know? Everything. Starting with what you saw the night she died. Long silence. Then, I was in the lobby when I heard screaming. Minute J, on the balcony. By the time I got up there. He stopped, swallowed. She was already gone. There was so much blood. Where was Minute J? At the railing. Looking down. Crying. Hysterical. I've never seen him like that. Real or act? I don't know. That's what haunts me. I've known him 5 years. But that night. He seemed genuinely destroyed. Either he's the best actor I've ever seen, or he loved owning her. There's a difference. Hyun Woo ran his hand through his hair. Your sister was the only person who said no to him. Who challenged him. I think he found that fascinating. Until she found out what he really was. Tell me about the trafficking. Hyun Woo checked they were alone. Park Minute J is the 3rd largest human trafficker in South Korea. His network spans 6 countries. He moves about 200 people per year, mostly young women from Southeast Asia. Promise jobs in restaurants. End up in brothels or sold to private buyers. And you work for him? Yes. Why? Because 5 years ago, I was a rookie cop who took a bribe. 50,000 won to look away from a drunk driving charge. Minute J found out. Had evidence. Gave me a choice, work for him or go to prison. So you chose to enable a monster? Yes. No excuses. Just admission. Every day I tell myself I'll quit. Turn myself in. But I'm a coward. Then why help me? He pulled up a photo. A young woman with his eyes. My sister, G1. University student. Studying in Manila. Last week, Minute J said, your sister's very pretty. I have clients in Manila who appreciate pretty Korean girls. It was a threat. Jesus. But then I think about all the other sisters. The ones who paid the price because I was too scared. Adana tried. Found evidence, went to police, did the right thing. And I did nothing. I drove her to the bank that day, watched her get her evidence, and did nothing. You knew about the safety deposit box? Yes. She told me. Trusted me. His expression was anguished. I gave her 3 hours. Then Minute J called. Asked where she was. I lied. But he didn't believe me. He found her. That night. He couldn't finish. You think he killed her? I know he did. I just can't prove it. The key. Did he find it? No. He's been tearing the penthouse apart. He knows she hid evidence somewhere. Hope flared. Then it's still there. Maybe. But Vivian, even if you find it, even if you get the evidence, so what? Minute J has half the police on payroll. Captain Han, who took Adana's report, is one of his oldest friends. Then we go higher. Federal authorities. With what proof? That recording. Suspicious manifests. That's not enough. Then what's the point? Because you deserve the truth. Because Adana deserves someone who won't stop fighting. He gripped her hand. But you need to be smart. Minute J is watching you. One wrong move and you'll end up like your sister. I'm meeting with Detective Kang. She's going to help. Hyun Woo's expression shifted. Kang. You hired Kang Sejin. You know her. Everyone knows Kang. She used to be Metropolitan Police until she went after a politician for corruption. Case fell apart, evidence disappeared, witnesses recanted. Kang claimed cover-up, went to press. She was forced to resign. His grip tightened. She's brilliant, tenacious, hates corrupt officials with passion that borders on psychotic. But she's also broke, bitter, drinks too much. Are you sure you can trust her? She's the only person who agreed to help. Then hope she's sober when it counts. He pulled back. What's your plan? Get Kang into the penthouse when Minute J's not there. When? Don't know yet. Thursday night. Business gala in Busan. Annual shipping event. He never misses it. Leaves Thursday afternoon. Back Friday morning. That's your window. Will you be with him? No. He's taking different security. I'll be in Seoul. Could you help? He shook his head. If I help directly and he finds out, he'll kill G1. But I can make sure building security is distracted. Cameras might malfunction. Guards might deal with a noise complaint elsewhere. That's all I can do. Thank you. Don't thank me. Promise me something. If you find real evidence, don't go to Seoul Police. Go to National Intelligence Service. He wrote on a napkin. Inspector Choi Minitsu. Tell him Lee Hyun Woo sent you. Tell him it's about Songdo operation from 2023. He'll understand. The Songdo operation. Trafficking ring Minute J ran that Choi was investigating. Case shut down. Political pressure. But Choi knows. He's been waiting. Hyun Woo stood. I need to go. Wait. Why are you really doing this? He smiled sadly. Your sister told me once that everyone deserves a chance at redemption. That people aren't defined by worst moments but by whether they choose to be better. I didn't believe her then. Pause. I'd like to prove her right. After he left, Vivian sat alone, staring at the napkin with Inspector Choi's number. Her phone buzzed. Kang, found a cheap motel in Hongdae. Sent you the address. Get a room. Cash only, no ID check. Meet me at my office tomorrow, 3 p.m. The motel was exactly as described. Vivian paid cash, locked herself in a room that smelled of smoke and regret. Her phone rang. Minute J. She almost didn't answer. Then realized that would be suspicious. Hello. Where are you? His voice was cold. I came home to find you gone. I needed space. Staying with a friend. What friend? You don't know anyone. Yoonji. Adana's friend. Long pause. When will you be back? Maybe never. Maybe I'll just go home. Without attending the final funeral ceremony, Adana would want you there. Shit. The third day ceremony. When is it? Thursday afternoon. I expect you there. Using guilt as a weapon. Fine. Good. And Vivian. Whatever you're planning, stop. Go home. That's the only way this ends well. Is that a threat? It's advice. From family. He hung up. Vivian threw her phone and screamed into a pillow. Then she pulled out her laptop and made lists. What we know. What we need. The plan. It looked so simple written out. Vivian knew better. Detective Kang's office was above a karaoke bar, accessible only by a narrow external staircase that looked like a safety violation. The door was unmarked except for paper taped to it. K Investigations, by appointment only. Vivian knocked. It's open. The office was cluttered, chaotic, smelling of whiskey and old coffee. Case files covered every surface. A wall dedicated to photographs connected by red string. Ashtray overflowing. Kang sat behind a desk drowning in paperwork, same leather jacket. Bottle of whiskey at her elbow, half empty despite the early hour. You're drinking, Vivian observed. I'm thinking. Whiskey helps. Kang gestured to a file-buried chair. Move those. Sit. Vivian obeyed. I've been researching your brother-in-law. Kang turned her laptop. Park Minute J, age 35. CEO Park Shipping International. Net worth 50 million USD. Philanthropist. Model citizen. Real saint. That's public image. Now look. Kang clicked through files. These are reports from 8 years. Women who disappeared near Minute J's operations. Women who turned up dead. Women who escaped and described captors. Descriptions match his associates. The photos made Vivian sick. Young women smiling. Then crime scenes. Most just missing stamps. How many? Confirmed. 37. But I suspect closer to 200. 200 lives destroyed. Why hasn't anyone stopped him? Money. Power. Fear. The Holy Trinity. Kang lit a cigarette. Minute J doesn't get hands dirty. He has layers, shell companies, offshore accounts, men like Hyun Woo doing actual work while he stays clean. When someone gets too close, they end up like Adana. Exactly. Kang pulled up another file. I looked into your sister's death. The police report is bullshit, minimal investigation, autopsy rushed, case closed within 48 hours. But I found something interesting. What? The ME who did the autopsy retired 2 weeks after. Suddenly. Moved to countryside, won't talk. I tried calling, he hung up when I mentioned Minute J. He was paid off. Or threatened. Maybe both. There's more. The night she died, a security camera went offline for exactly 47 minutes, 10:43 to 11:30 p.m. Right when she fell. Not a coincidence. Nothing with Minute J is coincidence. He plans. Covers tracks. Which brings me to Thursday night. Kang stubbed out her cigarette. Breaking in is risky. If caught, best case, arrested for B&D worst case, we end up missing persons. Having second thoughts. Third, fourth, fifth thoughts. But I'm still going. Kang poured whiskey into 2 mugs, slid one to Vivian. Your sister emailed me 3 months before she died. That email haunts me. A woman asking for help, and I did nothing. So yeah, I'm going. But you need to understand, this could go very wrong. Vivian picked up the mug. I understand. Do you? Because Hyun Woo was right. I'm broke, bitter, drink too much. I have a vendetta. I'm probably not the best person for this. You're the only person. Kang smiled grimly. That's what worries me. She raised her mug. To bad decisions and dead sisters. To justice, Vivian corrected. Same thing, if you do it right. They drank. The whiskey burned but steadied nerves. What's the plan for Thursday? Vivian asked. Kang pulled out blueprints, actual blueprints of Minute J's building. Where did you get these? I have sources. Don't ask. Kang spread papers. The penthouse, top floor. Security is camera-based. 2 lobby guards, 1 roaming guard hourly. Guards change shift at 9 p.m. Our window. Our window. Hyun-woo causes distraction around 9:15. Guards occupied. We have about 20 minutes. 20 minutes to search an entire penthouse. We prioritize. Master bedroom first, the nightstand. Then Minute J's office. Then Adana's spaces. Find the key, great. If not, grab anything incriminating and get out. What if he comes home early? Then we're fucked. But according to Hyun-woo, Minute J never leaves galas early. Too important for networking. What do you need from me? Kang pulled out a box. Black clothes, gloves, flashlights, lockpicking tools. Tomorrow, dry run. I'll teach you to move quietly, search efficiently, what to look for. By Thursday, you'll be ready. You've done this before. I was a cop 12 years. You learn things. Kang's expression darkened. After I was forced out, I did some freelance work. Stuff I'm not proud of. But skills stay useful. Why were you really forced out? Councilman Kim Jae-sung. Taking kickbacks from developers, forcing low-income families out. I had evidence, witnesses, everything. But Kim had connections. Evidence disappeared overnight. Witnesses recanted or vanished. Superiors told me to drop it. Kang's knuckles whitened. I didn't. Leaked to press. Next thing, I'm under investigation for falsifying reports, planting evidence, mental instability. They destroyed my career, reputation. No legitimate agency would hire me. I'm sorry. Don't be. It taught me the system doesn't work. Not for people like us. Not against people like Minute J. Kang drained her whiskey. So we work outside the system. Get evidence ourselves. Make damn sure it's ironclad before we hand it over. Vivian's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Stop investigating. Last warning. Attached, a photo of Vivian's motel room, taken from outside her window. Her blood ran cold. Someone's watching me. Kang looked at the photo, swore in Korean. Minute J's people. They know where you're staying. Should I move? No. Moving makes you look scared. Makes him think he's winning. Kang pulled out pepper spray. But we take precautions. From now on, you don't go anywhere alone. Check in every 3 hours. And carry this. Illegal in Korea, but fuck it. Someone tries to grab you, aim for eyes. Vivian took the canister. This was real. Dangerous. Someone had followed her, knew exactly where to find her. And she was still going through with it. Thursday. 9 p.m. I'll be ready. Kang nodded. We're going to get this bastard. For your sister. For all of them. For all of them. But as Vivian descended the rickety stairs, checking shadows, she couldn't shake the feeling that Minute J was always one step ahead. And that Thursday night might be a trap. The service elevator smelled of industrial cleaner and broken dreams. Vivian pressed against the wall while Kang picked the control panel lock. Maintenance override, Kang muttered. Gets us to the penthouse without logging. Vivian's heart hammered. All black, hair tucked under cap, pepper spray in pocket like a talisman. Below, Hyun-woo would be staging his distraction. Fire alarm on 10th floor, enough to occupy security. The elevator lurched upward. 23. 24. 25. Doors opened onto Minute J's private hallway. Empty. Silent. Vivian's hands shook as she inserted her key. It turned. They were in. The penthouse was dark except for city lights. Kang clicked on a small flashlight. Master bedroom. Move. They crept through the living room, past the balcony where Adana died. Vivian forced herself not to look. Bedroom door unlocked. Inside, everything looked the same as when Minute J caught her. Which nightstand? Kang asked. Adana's. Left side. Vivian pulled the drawer, Removed contents. Kang ran fingers underneath. Nothing. Check the other. Vivian moved to Minute J's nightstand. Hated touching his things. Pulled the drawer. Her fingers touched something. Tape. Metal. Got it. The key was small, brass. Seoul National Bank stamped on it. Box 2847. Beautiful, Kang said. Now let's. Glass shattered in the living room. They froze. Footsteps. Multiple sets. Shit, Kang hissed. He came back early. The bathroom. Window. They ran. Bathroom window opened onto fire escape. Kang went first, surprisingly agile. Vivian followed, squeezing through just as the bedroom door burst open. Search everywhere. Minute J's voice, ice cold, furious. They climbed down, metal clanging. Shouts above, they'd been spotted. Run. Kang grabbed Vivian's arm. They hit the alley running. Behind, security poured out. Kang pulled Vivian through a maze of backstreets, over fences, through a convenience store and out the back. Finally, gasping, they collapsed in a subway station. You still have the key? Kang demanded. Vivian checked her pocket. Yes. Then we go. Now. Before he figures out what we took. Seoul National Bank's night deposit branch was in Gangnam, staffed by one bored employee who barely looked up. Box 2847, Vivian said, presenting key and death certificate. The employee led them to the vault. Inserted both keys. The box slid out. Inside, an accordion folder, bulging with documents. Vivian's hands trembled. Shipping manifests with Adana's handwritten notes, 15 women from Manila, listed as textiles. Photographs of containers with air holes. Bank statements showing payments to police captains, politicians, judges. Names, dates, amounts. And at the bottom, a flash drive labeled, audio, everything. Holy shit, Kang whispered, photographing each document. This is it. This is everything. Vivian plugged the flash drive into Kang's laptop. 27 audio files. First one, Minute J's voice. The shipment from Bangkok, make sure the girls are clean. No drugs, diseases. Clients pay premium, expect premium product. Another voice. What about the pregnant one? Dispose of her. She's worthless now. Vivian's stomach lurched. She skipped ahead. More recordings. More atrocities. Bribes, murders, girls as young as 15 sold like livestock. We take this to Inspector Choi, Kang said. Tonight. Before Minute J knows we have it. Inspector Choi Minutsu worked late. He looked up as they burst into his National Intelligence Service office, both breathless. Inspector Choi. Lee Hyun-woo sent us. About the Songdo operation. Choi's expression sharpened. Older, maybe 50, grey hair, tired eyes that had seen too much. Close the door. They did. Vivian spread documents across his desk while Kang played audio files. Choi listened in silence, face growing harder with each recording. When the last file ended, he sat back. Where did you get this? My sister collected it before she died, Vivian said. Before Park Minute-J murdered her. You can prove he killed her. Not directly. But with this. This proves trafficking, bribery, conspiracy. Doesn't prove murder. Choi's expression was grim. But it's enough for everything else. More than enough. He picked up his phone. Made 3 calls in rapid Korean. Hung up. Federal prosecutors will issue warrants within the hour. We'll coordinate with Interpol for international aspects. By morning, Park Minute-J and everyone in his network will be in custody. Choi met Vivian's eyes. Your sister was brave. She saved these women's lives. Vivian's vision blurred. Will he go to prison? Actually go. With this evidence. He'll die in prison. Choi's voice was steel. I give you my word. The raid happened at dawn. Vivian watched from Choi's office as news helicopters circled Minute J's building. Federal agents swarmed. Minute J was led out in handcuffs, no longer handsome or charming. Just a man in undershirt and slacks, looking shocked that his armor had finally failed. Across Seoul, simultaneous raids. Warehouses, shell companies, associates' homes. Captain Han arrested at his country club. Politicians scrambled to distance themselves. The news broke like a tsunami. South Korea's largest human trafficking ring dismantled. Shipping magnate arrested in international conspiracy. Evidence shows hundreds of victims over 10 years. Vivian's phone rang. Hyun Woo. You did it. Ji-won is safe. They're all safe. Turn yourself in to Inspector Choi. He's fair. He'll see you helped. I will. And Vivian. Your sister would be proud. The call ended. Vivian looked at the sunrise over Seoul, this strange city where her sister had died trying to do the right thing. Kang appeared with coffee. Media wants to interview you. No. This isn't about me. It's about Adana. Then let's make sure her name is the one they remember. 3 months later, Lagos, Nigeria. Vivian stood at Lagos University, finishing her final exam. Outside, familiar chaos welcomed her home, Okada horns, market vendors, suya grilling. Her phone buzzed. News alert, Park Minute J sentenced to life without parole. 37 associates also convicted. An email from Yoonji, Adana's foundation launched today. Already raised $2 million for trafficking survivors. She'd love that it's helping. Miss you both. And Hyun Woo, serving 3 years but helping prosecutors, 23 women rescued this week. Getting medical care, therapy, new lives. Because of Adana. Because of you. Vivian walked out into afternoon sun. She thought about calling her mother, going home to jollof rice and noise and family. But first, she stopped at a quiet campus spot and opened a voice memo. Hey, Ada. I kept my promise. He's gone. They're all gone. The women are safe. You saved them. She paused, watching clouds drift across Lagos sky. Mama says you were always braver than me. I used to argue, but she was right. You stood up to a monster when no one else would. You gave your life for strangers. That's not just brave, that's heroic. Her voice cracked. I miss you every day. But I'm not angry anymore. You did what you had to do. And I finished it for you. She ended the recording, saved it with the others, a collection of one-sided conversations with her sister's ghost. Then Vivian Okafor, law student and accidental detective, picked up her bag and walked into her future, carrying her sister's memory like a torch against the darkness. 25 floors was a long way down. But Adana's truth had traveled farther.